Innovation is very difficult for anyone operating in a traditional industry. And it gives rise to what I call the paradox of regulated innovation. The next generation are a wake-up call to all of us to reimagine and rethink our businesses. And yet the paradox is that all of the sectors which most need innovation, transportation, telecommunications, healthcare, financial services, are also the very industries that are the most regulated. How can you think about disruption when your days are filled with compliance? How can you think about breakthrough new ideas when you're being told to ask permission from regulators before you ever do anything? I mean, even now, social media activity is being audited for financial services. So where is the scope for breakthrough thinking? The strange thing is that for anyone who is actively innovating in that space, they've had to adopt a radically different approach to regulation. No regulator is going to give you permission to change the future. Regulation always operates as a pull-push mechanism with public opinion. And that's why Uber, for example, is paying fines that are being levied on taxi drivers. If you take an Uber in Miami and you get caught at the airport, they levy a $1,000 fine. Uber will pay it, no problems. Because they know that if the general public get addicted to a new behavior, it will ultimately put pressure on regulators to change their mindset. Can you imagine if a WhatsApp or Skype, before they started, decided to write to every telecommunications regulator on the planet and ask for permission to create a service? They'd still be writing a business plan. So sometimes you have to be bold. You have to be willing to experiment. You have to be willing to try new things. Because for me, the bank of the future is not an app. It's not a redesigned branch. It's not a new logo. It's not a social media team. And yet it could be all of those things. But what really matters is that the bank of the future is a promise made to a single individual that they will have access to a platform that will allow them to specifically reach their personal financial goals. And that's because in an age of data, we have the ability to personalize our offerings, to create a bank for a single person. And that's where the future lies.